Hey troops, it is GeneralJSmith here, otherwise known as Josh, back with another LEGO Star Wars 2014 set review. Today we have apparently an exclusive, although I'm not so sure, I don't know. It is the Droid Tri-Fighter, I believe the third version, and by far the most expensive. Set number 75044, ages 7 to 12, comes with 262 pieces, and retails for £34.99, and well, I don't know how much it'll be in dollars. I assume it'll be 30 or 35 or something like that, something along those lines. So yeah, the first thing is, why on earth is it so expensive? I genuinely have no idea. Like, normally I may have like some inkling. I know it's not actually based on like how many pieces a set has. It's more based on the actual how much it took to make the pieces. Like, if you got a set that's made up completely of bigger pieces, then it'll be more expensive. But, you know, nonetheless, 262 pieces, that is only one piece more than General Grievous' wheelbike. General Grievous' wheelbike had 261 pieces, and that was £20. This is 35. I mean, yeah, some of the pieces are fairly big, but there's not really, I mean, the figures, there's no really new pieces in the figures. I mean, I really have no idea what's £35. That is ridiculous. That is a ridiculous price. It should so be the same price as every other Tri-Fighter we've got, and it should be £25. So who knows why it's 35? I'm definitely assuming this will go down in price because no one's going to pay that sort of money. So yeah, so I mean, and besides, this isn't really the top of anyone's list. Well, it might be. I mean, but yeah, it's a cool set. Obviously, I haven't actually opened it yet, but you know, nonetheless, yeah. Anyway, so right, so I will be reviewing this, but obviously you can see it's still in the box, so I will have to build this first before I can review it. So there'll be a very quick flash build right down there. And yeah, so I'll talk more about the price and things later in the review. So let's get on building this. Alright, so I am back with the set. Right, so that took a little longer than I thought it was going to take. You may have noticed, you know, it was sort of, well, not difficult, I mean, but just it seemed like a long time. So perhaps not the best build if you're into that sort of thing. Which you probably are if you like LEGO, obviously. But yeah, but still, I still can't tell why it's £35. It should definitely be 25. I don't know. Really, I have no idea, to be honest with you. I have really nothing to say. Cool set, I suppose. But like some of the other sets, unfortunately, I don't think this will get that many sales. Partially because of the price, but even if it was normal price, you know, there's a bunch of other sets that people just want more. And, you know, this will be forgotten, especially since it's £35. We do get Chance Palpatine, we do get a Buzz Droid. These figures are pretty rare, but yeah, you know, they're not really worth that sort of money. One of the annoying things about the build is the fact that you had to build up 3 of these things. Well, obviously you did, but I mean, like, it just said to do the whole thing times 3, which is annoying. I mean, really, I suppose, you know, it is the same design, so I don't really know what Lego would have done otherwise, but nonetheless, you know, I don't know. I don't know. You know, just annoying to have put so many stickers on. There's a bunch of stickers for a set this small. You know, it's kind of weird, but whatever. Right, so, here are your spare pieces. Nothing really you can use here. There is a spare pair of handcuffs you get. So that's cool. Cool. Okay, yeah. Right, so, on to the set, I suppose. I'll be comparing it to this in a minute. On the first figure, we get Chancellor Palpatine. This scene was obviously set at the beginning of episode 3, you know, when the Jedi went into the Invisible Hand, that big ship. So this is Chancellor Palpatine in handcuffs. Just usual handcuffs, you know, nothing really to say about that. Just, if you've got police sets or other things, then you'll probably have handcuffs somewhere. So there you go, there are some handcuffs. And as I said, you do get another pair, so that's cool. Just take them off. Yeah. Come on, there we go. Right, so you did get 2 pairs of handcuffs, so that's cool. Right, so, as you can see, not, to be honest, that much detailing, but at the end of the day, you know, what detailing do you want? I do like the fact they've done all this on, like, the torso. You know, they didn't have to. This is one of those figures where it's hard to put a bunch of detailing on it, because, to be honest, they're pretty much only wearing one colour. But, you know, Lego tried pretty well. I like all this pretty cool detailing. Which is nice. I suppose the belt goes in the torso and the legs, you know, not badly, I suppose. Very nice. Yeah, I don't really know. I think this is just a design of what he was wearing. So, yes, this is when obviously he was being held captive by Count Dooku and General Grievous. This printing also continues on the back. There isn't really much to say about it. I think it's just, you know, the design, really. You can pretty much see everything. You know, I don't really need to tell you. And there you go. On the face, I suppose. By the way, its hair is the same as Count Dooku's and other people. You know, we've seen this hair before. I actually like the printing on here. It's quite detailed. Cool. It's very nice. This is more his, you know, save me Anakin face, I suppose. And if he does a double-sided face, this is more his evil face. Because, spoiler alert, if you didn't know, Chancellor Palpatine is Darth Sidious. I thought that's fairly obvious, but, you know, I thought I'd say it anyway. There you go, that's more his evil face. Or I suppose it could be his happy face. I don't know if that's evil or happy. It's hard to tell. You know, when you've got Chancellor Palpatine, it's hard to tell. Sometimes he's happy because he's evil or something. So there you go. So yeah, cool figure. Yeah, I suppose I didn't mind him in the set. I wouldn't take him out because, you know, it's just cool to have a new figure. But, I mean, at the end of the day, what figures would you put with this sort of set? I mean, like, because you barely really see it in episode 3. Mostly see it in the Clone Wars, and even then, you barely see it then. So, I don't really know. But anyway, it's cool to have him. Yeah. So, on to the next figure. And the rest are completely droids, because it is a droid set, obviously. We get a security battle droid for some reason. I assume this is meant to be the battle droids on the Invisible Hand. That, if you don't know what the Invisible Hand is, it's basically the cruiser Anakin and Obi-Wan flew into to save the Chancellor. And to show you security battle droid, he does have the red torso. And I have a few of these, yeah, for other sets. So it's a fairly rare figure. We don't see it like every set. Obviously, it's much more common to get normal battle droids. However, if you've been a fairly, you know, regular collector of Lego Star Wars, then you'll probably have a few of these in your collection. So it's basically just a battle droid with a red torso, and he comes with a normal blaster. Really nothing to say about that. Yeah, that's the battle droid. On to the next one. Even more common, we just get a normal battle droid. So there we go. with his blaster. We're getting quite a few battle droids and super battle droids in these 2014 sets. You know, I'm gonna have to like do a review or something of all the figures we get, because we're getting a ton of these, and most of them, well, I think quite a few of them are Republic sets. So I don't really know why we're getting so many of these droids, but whatever, we are. So that's normal battle droid. So it's cool, you can build your battle droid army. Now on to the final figure. It is the Buzz Droid, a new version. We have had previous Buzz Droids. I do not have any, unfortunately, to compare them to. Personally, though, this is my favourite. I think this looks the most accurate to the actual one. We've seen a bunch of Buzz Droids in other sets. Personally, I think this looks the most accurate, other than, obviously, the fact it is far too big. For example, you know, a Buzz Droid compared to a person is meant to be about the size of a bowling ball, I think, when it's actually in the ball mode. Compared to a person, look, it's as tall. But at the end of the day, I don't blame Lego for that, because at the end of the day, you know, pieces can only come so small, and if they want to make it actually look like a Buzz Droid, then they do have to sort of, you know, pieces don't come that small to actually make it like this size compared to a figure, and to actually still make it look accurate. So I do understand. So this is still cool. He's meant to pilot the Tri-Fighter, but I'll get to that in a minute. This is his buzzsaw in the front. Yeah. That's his two sort of sensor eye things. He can crawl up into ball mode. Well, no, this obviously can't, but I mean, you know, in the actual films, they can sort of, you know, they pop out of a ball, basically. He's got these four sort of antenna pieces as legs. And there's also a clear one of these pieces, which we don't really see. It's clear. So, and that just goes in there. So it's easier to stand up. It's cool. We just got these printed, you know, dome pieces. Very nice. This definitely personally my favourite Buzz Droid. Even though I don't actually have any others, but it looks the best. So very cool. You can add your droid army as well. Yeah. So I assume this, you know, what am I saying? This is some sets like deploy a bunch of these. Basically, they're just meant to latch onto other vehicles, and you know, short out the robotics and things. You know, basically, you know, just make it blow up. So yeah, basically, cool little droid. Doesn't really much to say about it. So yeah, it's a cool little droid, but it's definitely not really worth £35. You could probably just make this if you really wanted to. You know. Apart from these dome pieces, they would be hard, but apart from that, it would be quite easy to make. So, yeah. Right, so onto the actual set now. It's a good set. Well, I'd give it a solid 6.5 out of 10 maybe. So it's definitely not a bad set. I count 5 as perhaps average. So I suppose it's a bit above average. But that's probably just because I like just generally the design of this set. Rather than just the set itself, I just like the design of it. But anyway, so righto. What's it say? A bunch of stickers for a set of this size. That's a sticker. They're stickers. Stickers. You know, you get stickers every side. Single side. These are all stickers. That's annoying. It's annoying to have to build 3 of these, but you know, you have the engines on the back there. Obviously they're meant to, you know, cool. You have the cockpit, which I will show you in a minute. You have the main gun in front, and then you have 3 guns on each of these, I don't know, not really wings, but whatever they're called. So that's cool. And then under there you have that new Lego piece where it flicks the missile, which I'll show you in a minute. Right, so let's go into the cockpit. The cockpit, cool design. It opens up very simply. You can see sort of back there. And that's the range of its opening thing, because it can't open anymore. So it can open that far. Now, you're meant, apparently, according to the instructions, put the Buzz Droid in there. But, hang on. If you can actually fit him. Yeah, this is tricky. It's not even fully closed. Yeah, so it's tricky to fit a Buzz Droid in there. because the body destroyer is quite big. So I don't know really why the instructions said that. But anyway, the point is, I'm not entirely sure if this is piloted as well. As I said with the droid gunship, I think this is actually one of those vehicles which is a droid in itself. For example, like the Vulture droid, that pilots itself. It doesn't actually need a pilot. So, because I've never known the purpose of this device, you've never needed a person in there. You don't need a droid pilot. It pilots itself. So, yeah. These are meant to be sensorized, I think, on the front. Some awesome clear red pieces. I suppose I'll compare it to the 2010 one. Unfortunately, I don't have the really old one. 2010 one though. So yeah, you can see it is bigger. Well, can you see that? Actually, it's very slightly bigger. It comes out a bit further, and I suppose it's a tiny bit higher. But, you know, it's not massive. I like the gun on the front more in the new one. You see? This one seems a bit basic compared to this one. It's much more detailed. It's realistic. I do prefer the eyes on the old one, though, because the eyes were like this. You know, and were much larger. The eyes are a lot smaller on this one. I suppose it does look a bit more menacing. But you get the point. The dome on the old one was more greyish and dull, whereas this one's more chrome. So that's awesome. I prefer the dome on the new one. These guns were longer on the old one than the new one, so I suppose I prefer the longer ones. The engines at the back are, you know, more compact and they're blue, whereas these ones were grey and they were obviously not as compact. They were spread out, so comparing it, you know, yeah. And whereas this one underneath had flick fires, you see, pretty cool flick fires though, because these look like awesome missiles. This one now has the new whatever spring-loaded shooter thing. Oops. So yeah. Also, one of the problems with this one was the fact that these things, these like cylinder pieces under there, if you want to hold it like this, you know, you'll probably knock them out. So to improve that, so obviously it doesn't have them now. That's good. I don't know what this thing is under there, but yeah, right. So I'll show you. You do get 2 of these pieces, even though as you only have 1 blaster. So like every set, you do get 1 spare. So you just simply put it in. There you go. Maybe, yeah, it is definitely possible on this set to accidentally flick it. That's why I wouldn't have them in casually if I were you, because, you know, trying to hold it from the back like this, you might accidentally push it, and then obviously you won't know where it goes. Anyway, so firing it, simply push it up. No, down. That's what I meant. Yeah, I meant down there. And you do get 2 of them, so 1 spare. Yeah, so for that, there you go. So overall, comparing this one to the 2010 one, this one I suppose does have advantages. I mean, in the 2010 one we got some rocket battle droids. Figures wise, I suppose I prefer the figures in this one, just because the figures in the 2010 one we also got the hyena bomber droid thing. But you know, they don't really make the set. I mean, they're good. I mean, Chancellor Palpatine and the Buzz Droid are good, and you can have a droid army and things, but so yeah, as a set, I suppose overall I prefer the new one, just because maybe it seems a bit more bulky, a bit cooler, just a bit more impressive, more shiny, just a bit more modern, really, a modern version of it. So yeah, so if you want to get a Tri-Fighter, then I suppose I recommend the new one. Also, the fact it's obviously available now and not retired. However, saying that, you know, it's not like, you know, comparing to the other sets, as I've said, you know, like the V-Wing and like the Jedi Interceptor, this will be one of those sets. We probably won't get that many sales right now, because other people will try to be buying a bunch of the more, you know, common sets, or the better, well, the sets that people think will be better. For example, ATAP, Droid Gunship, perhaps Police Gunship, obviously the banner packs, you know, and things like that. But anyway, so I suppose to go on the instructions. quite quick review compared to my other ones, especially compared to the 80AP. But really, what is there to show you? It's a cool set. It's good. I like the fact that blue is actually, and it's the same shade of blue on both of them. So I thought this one was a bit darker. It appears a bit darker, but I mean, I suppose so I do like the new one more. It's more impressive, however, you know, compared to other sets, not anything to shout about. Right, the instruction manual, average size, really nothing to say about it. Took a little while and I thought it would. Right, so I've done all these sets. Well, not right now I haven't done all of them, but, you know, it won't be long till I have done absolutely every single one. I've done that one, done, that one, and that one, which should be coming this week. In fact, it should be coming tomorrow, so, when I'm doing this, so, yeah. Cool, and then you've got Lego Online, as all these, and that's it. On the box, strange box, strangely shaped. Actually quite strange. It's not more sort of square. It seems like it's more. Seems like you take a normal box and compress it this way, so it makes it go up. Yet it sort of stays this size. Now it might just be me, but it seems a bit thicker than usual. Maybe it might just be me, but anyway. So down there you get the figures. Yeah. That's the set. Spring-loaded shooter. You notice you always get the red shooters, like the red darts with the, well, bad guy sets, I suppose that's called them. And with the good guy sets, you'll get the green ones. By the way, you can notice in there, there's apparently the Buzz Droid is in there, so I don't know what to say about that. He's not the right way up, so I don't know. I don't really know how they design the boxes, whether it's whatever. Get the new box art, obviously, on the top. Oops, nearly dropped it. Transfer team. Yeah. Oh yeah, sorry, I sort of had to destroy the box to get in because it opens from the bottom. I found it really difficult to try and stand up here because it opens from the bottom, which is annoying. You know, if they just open it from the side or the top or just something easier, you know. Anyway, so that's the dimensions of it. Apparently you're meant to put him in. I think that's not true. I think it's a droid, and I think it's meant to pilot itself. Please leave in the comments if I'm completely wrong. Hope I'm not. I don't think I am. I'm pretty sure, you know, it's meant to pilot itself. But, whatever. And that's the thing of, I assume it's just flying. So, yeah. Yeah. Right, so it came with 2 numbered bags. Funny enough, I've forgotten which set it was, but one of the other sets came with 3 numbered bags, and it was actually smaller than this. So, there you go. Just a bit of trivia there for you. Right, so, put this back there. So that's my review of it. So, good set. Do I recommend going out and buy it? As with most of these sets, I recommend getting the better sets first. You know, sets you really want, and then come back to this. Yeah, so I'll give it 6.5 out of 10, I suppose. That's the way I roll. Right, so anyway, please give this video a like if you liked it, obviously. Please leave any comments down there, any feedback, anything you want to ask me, whatever, I'll answer it. And obviously, please subscribe to my channel. And there you go. So, good set. The next review I will be doing will be this, the Republic AV7 anti-vehicle cannon. Oh yes. Can't wait to unbox this. This is, funny enough, this is also a strangely shaped box, but anyway. Right, so that's the next thing I'll be doing, and I will see you then. So, peace out, troops.